Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. But nothing's trending right now, or it is trending to the downside. So with that, welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here on the day after Liberation/Libation Day. If you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, and let me know that I am coming across loud and clear on this beautiful, wonderful mic. And Clay, the mic is still pristine. It's still pristine, just letting you know. All right, let me know you can hear me. Bill says, hi, Glenn, just thinking out loud. Wondering when Wharton's worst decided to declare economic war on the world. He considered the rest of the world deciding to stop funding our debt through treasuries. Listen, you know me, in regards to the tariffs, I have my own thinking. I don't want it to be political, because everybody in this room is going to think differently. So I'm going to keep the politics out of the room, all right? I'm going to keep the politics out of the room. I've given you my opinion on tariffs. I'm not going to do it again. All I want to know from the perspective of making money, how do we make money in the market? That's what you come here for. You don't come here for the politics behind what's going on. You come here for the purposes of knowing what you need to do to make the right decisions in the market. Right? Everybody good with that? I understand. I understand the comments. I understand the frustrations. I understand the feelings. I understand all of that. But, you know, we're here on the YouTube channel, the VectorVest YouTube channel, to find out what's going on in the market and how to make money in the market. Everybody good with that? I want everybody, I do, David, I understand that politics has a lot to do with it. And I will only go but so far on the political realm when talking about stocks, because you're right. Right now, it does play a major role in our ability to make money. I am all for that. So I am going to tread lightly when it comes to my input on the tariffs. All right? Not a lot of people agree with that. All right, there we go. All right, I'm just making sure. I don't know how much of a delay we have. Yesterday, we had a bigger delay. All right, so Amazon is so down right now. And an interesting thing when you talk about, Jazz, what stocks are going down, a lot of the stocks that are going down are the tech stocks. The tech stocks are going to be heavily weighted against the tariffs. All right, it is what it is. A lot of tech stocks. What's moving? Gold. Ryan talked about another industry that was moving today. And tomorrow's video is going to be about one of the stories that I have today, the Teflon tariff stocks. Ooh, what stocks stand the greatest ability to be somewhat shielded from the tariffs? Anybody interested into knowing what kind of stocks those are? Just type of one in the room. All right, that's going to be tomorrow's video. I'm trying to get some insight on how you might take to that video, but I'm curious. I figured that you might be curious from the perspective of making money, what stocks have a higher ability to be somewhat shielded from the tariffs. So we'll see. Wonderberry says one. That's not the one I wanted, but that's all right. Insurance might be one of those stocks, Fayez. All right, but you won't know. I created a watch list. I actually already created a portfolio, which I'll show in tomorrow's video. All right. So as I look, 3 red lights. We're at the levels. Look at the levels of the MTI and the buy to sell ratio. We've overtaken the previous bottom that we recently had. The tariff news pushed the market down low enough to take out the prior bottom that we had. Can you analyze silver today, Aguaman? I can do that. I can definitely do that. So that's what we see. Look at that. The Dow was down 1,500 points at one point. It's still down close to 1,400, but look, everything is down 3-4% for the day. That's a big down day in the market. Analysts said gold to be 3,500 by the end of the year. I do have a gold story in here, Jazz. So I am still a fan of a couple of different things, and we're going to talk about that today. Thank goodness, no reports of traders jumping out of windows. I don't know. Well, you know, when the Depression came, that was like, OMG. I think more so with the tariffs moving the market to the downside, I think that was more something that was expected. Does that make sense? I think that was more something that was expected, that this move would happen. All right. So I don't think that people are jumping out of windows because they were like, well, this is coming. What do we do? All right. With that, I want to get into the VectorVest software, and I want to start off with the VectorVest market timing. Let's go look at what's going on. Here's where I said, look at the big down day today. Big red candle breaking through this solid level of support, which is where the previous bottom bounced off of before it went back up and before it fell back down. We had a couple of days moving up prior to the news of what was going to be done with the tariffs. Interesting. All right. I don't think everybody expected to be a 10% across the board. I think most people thought that it was going to be divvied up into individual countries, percentage per country. But he did give a 10% across the board and then added more for the people he said were not good players. So VectorVest confirmed calls and DEW both short. Was anyone in this channel really surprised we are in a down market? Now is the time to short with the BSR this. Now is not the time to short with the BSR this low. Now, interesting, because normally I would agree with you, but does the market? I want everybody to tell me. Do you think, based upon what you see in the VectorVest software, looking at the composite, how many of you think that the market still has more downside from this point? After the market is now considered to be oversold by way of our indicators, the MTI and the buy-to-sell ratio, how many of you think that the market still... Forrest says overreaction? Interesting, right? How many of you still think the market has more downside? Type of 1 in the room. Now, if you think the market has downside, then maybe you're still of the thinking of it's still okay to short stocks. I don't know. The market is at a level. Algos, I'm surprised the algos haven't kicked in yet with the market moving down as much as it is. All right, 3-4% down on all the major indices. The algos should start kicking in. I'm interested to see if the algos are enough to push the market up tomorrow, because at some point in time, the market's got to say enough is enough. Or does it? Think about that. Or does it? Is this story strong enough to just push the market down to historic lows? Could be interesting. Other countries will retaliate to U.S. tariffs still. You know what else? There's another side to that story, Troy. I think that there's a lot of countries that are going to be calling in to make deals to stay off the tariff list. All right? There's both sides to the story. There's either, and I think that China is going to retaliate, but I think a lot of other countries may be calling in right now to present some deals to stay off the tariff list. Akshaya says recession is inevitable. All right, well, you're prognosticating. All right, you know me. You're prognosticating. Efio Safu says it's deal time. I think that's part of the reason why tariffs are being done. Think about it. You don't want to be tariff. What are you going to do? You're going to either pull back on your tariffs or make a deal. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Now, again, I'm not prognosticating. I'm telling you to trade the chart. The chart says the market's got some downside right now. All right. For how long? I do not know. No, I'm not calling it a depression. You know, worst case scenario, a recession. I do not think that it's going to be a depression. All right. The next level of support is where? 1 year. What's this low? 62.70. You got 63.90 fits. I got about 62.70, and that's on a 1 year graph. I'm going to put that up there. I think that's the next solid level of support, which means we really do have a lot more downside if the market wants to go. That's on a 1 year graph, Fitz. All right, that's on a 1 year graph. We've got a solid level of support. Market looks like it could have some more downside. Now, the retaliatory stuff is going to hit. That will drive the price of the market down even further. But if news comes in that countries are willing to make some deals, I think that could have a positive sign on the market. All right. So the American factory worker will eventually be the beneficiary. There's a lot. All right. Again, talking about that, I've said on more than one occasion that if I had an opportunity outside of just doing what I do, you really want to sit down and really get to know who I am and what my thoughts are. Uh, we got to sit down and have a drink together and talk. I'm going to give you an atmosphere right now where we might be able to present that to you. All right. We're going to be having a live meet and greet. Oh, it didn't work. What happened? There he goes. We're going to have a live meet and greet. I can now start to talk about it. We're going to have a live meet and greet in Charlotte on May 1st. It's free. It is free. All right. You want to get to know what's on my mind, what's on the mind of Ryan outside of what we do here on this platform. This is a great opportunity to do it. There you go. Ryan and I will be in Charlotte May 1st. It's going to be our first road show. And if it works out well, we might be doing this more often throughout the year. But you got to support it because it's being looked at as a possible way for us to get out and get to see you guys more. All right. So May 1st, Charlotte. We're going to have a website up for you, not there yet, for you to go get the details. And there's something very special going on with the meet and greet. It's in Charlotte, David. It's right here in Charlotte. There's something really special going on with the meet and greet as well that you can take advantage of. It's really, really cool. All right. So I wanted to put that up there. I can now finally talk about it. May 1st, free. May 1st, free. All right. Take that. There we go. Thank you. So again, that's what's going on in the market. We all know the news that it's not at the VectorVest office. It's going to be at a hotel. It's going to be at a hotel. We got a hotel, and it is something very special going on besides that you really might want to take advantage of. How are you so sure Trump is right about tariffs? I'm not. Oh, believe you me, I'm not going to be the first one to sit here and say that everything that he's doing right now is the right thing. All right. All I say is I understand the methodology behind doing it. Does it work out? I guess we're going to find out to the behest of everyone out there. I am just putting that out there. Read my previous comment. What did you say, Conroy? Where did you put it? I'm going back up in the chat. Sorry, I don't see it. There's a lot of chat going on, which I appreciate, believe you me, but I don't see your comment. David. Hi, David. Should be near a bottom within 10 trading days, should start moving up again. Theoretically, possibly. But again, I still don't know how deep this news is going to go and how it's going to affect the market. I don't see your comment, Conroy. I went up in the chat. Glenn, please look at 2018 when he started to... No, I'm not. No, Akshaya, stop. Now I'm going to put my foot down a little bit. Stop. No, I'm not going to look at that. All right? I just said I want to keep the politics out of it. I do. All right? So thank you, Bill, because I could not see it. Oh, Cheryl says she didn't see it either. I did not see your comment. All right? So, no, Akshaya, I know how you feel, but no. All right, let's get into the news that's moving the market. Sai, I'm trying very hard to be very civil in regards to this. I really, really am, because I love this platform. I appreciate everybody's comments and I respect everybody's comments. I do. But when it starts to push an agenda, all right, to prove your point, then I got a problem. All right? I'm just saying, let's take the news as we've got it. What is my goal? To trade the chart, not your heart. Everything that's being prognosticated is being just that, prognosticated. All right? How can America expect jobs while lacks the talents and required knowledge platforms and consistent policies of backup? How can America expect jobs while it lacks the talents? Do we not have talented people to do jobs? Do we not try to train people to do jobs? I'm just asking the question, Coinroy, Just asking the question. How do you think the Fed will react? I don't think the Fed's going to be in a position where they're going to cut rates. As a matter of fact, I got a story on that as well. I don't think they're going to be in a position where they're going to be able to cut rates, especially if the tariffs do cause inflation. And I don't doubt that I don't doubt that inflation will be affected. I'm not naive. I may feel what I feel and think what I think, but I'm not naive. All right. And I think that inflation will be affected. And if that's the case, the Fed's not going to be in a position where they can cut. All right. So, Paul, that's the answer to your question. Alex says, every time the market got hit since then, the market has come back. Well, the markets don't go down forever, just like they don't go up forever, right? All right. So the Dow plunges today. Stocks plunges. The market reacts to Trump tariffs. Apple is the big leader to the downside as far as the tech is concerned. Nike, Nvidia, Bank of America among the biggest decliners. Next story. Talking about cuts. Morgan Stanley removes the June rate cut bet, warning of tariff-induced inflation. Next story. Gold. Gold prices soar to a record high above $31.60 after Trump tariffs rattles the market. So those are all my market news stories. Stagflation is the slowing down of the economy with rising inflation. Is that correct? Everybody back me up on that. The slowing down of the economy while inflation goes higher. Is that not stagflation? Someone back me up on that. I'm not an economist, but I think that that's what it is. Rising prices and rising unemployment. Unemployment's not rising. Did you see the last story on the non-farm ADP? The previous number was 84K. And the most recent number was like almost double that. All right, so there we go. So I think we all know. Thank you for that, backing me up. I think that we all know that the economy is slowing down. All right, is it falling? No. Is it rising? No. Is it just leveling off? Yes. And that would be stagflation. And inflation rising while the market is doing that is not a good thing. Earnings forecast coming up will be largely negative, forcing markets down. Interesting about that, Michael. I'm going to go back into the software real quick. And I want to look at something. I want to go look at, and I guess a lot of people here do know that we have something called the market climate graph. All right, in the market climate graph, there it is. There's the 50-day moving average of earnings per share on the S&P 500. So the earnings forecast coming up, remember, because we're looking at earnings, this is forecasted, right? This is forecasted. And I'm looking at the three things that move markets globally: earnings, interest, and inflation. Inflation's coming down. Interest rates tick down a little bit into interest and inflation. But this is the overwhelming story. Earnings. Earnings is the major mover of the market. And when I look at earnings still rising, slowing down a little bit, difference between falling and slowing, I'm going to watch earnings. I think forecasted earnings, with inflation, with the rate of interest rates, these things are going to hurt companies. And a lot of companies, even though they beat earnings, still are guiding lower. A lot of companies are guiding lower. So I wanted to bring that to the forefront, Michael, because we have an indicator, we have our market climbing graph that will keep us well abreast of that. All right? Does that make sense, Michael? So what we're looking at is the news, and what I'm showing you is the facts by way of the VectorVest software. All right? So that's the way I'm looking. I wanted to show you that. That was a great question. And I just wanted to bring that to your nearly 300 people here. I know today is a good day, and I want to give good information, not political information. I want to give good information, not political information. All right, let's go take a look at some. Here's my story that I'm going to do for tomorrow. The full list of U.S. tariff rates and countries targeted. Oh, this is not my story for tomorrow. But I got a question about this list. All right, this was the list that was shown, and it's interesting. I've been talking about this. We didn't initiate the tariffs. A lot of people are thinking that we did this to just piss everybody off. All right, and I speak to the people who feel that way. Do you see the rates? Not what's interesting, and I don't understand. Tariffs charged to the U.S. including currency manipulation and trade barriers. That part of the equation, I'm not sure what it is. All right, I'm not sure what it is. But nonetheless, I asked the question, all right, is it okay? And it's just a question, however you feel about it. Is it okay to see these percentages of what we're being charged and sit back and go, okay, it's fine? I'm asking that question. And I know it sounds political, but it is a straight up question. Is it okay for everybody else to charge us this way and we just sit back and go, okay, and just let it go on? That is the question. So this was the prop that he had up. This is the prop that he had up, and I got a story that showed it. All right, so I was curious to know where do we stand on here? Man, there's a lot of countries on here. I don't know where we stand on here. But there's a lot of people charging us a lot of money. And is it okay? We all know tariffs won't lower the deficit. I didn't say that it would. I didn't say it would. I don't believe what you see on the chart. Do your own research. I can make a chart to show anything. And you're right, Venomous. Again, there's a part of this chart that I don't understand, and I wasn't afraid to put that out there, that I wasn't sure what that was. And you're right. But I did Google. All right, let's talk about that. You said I did Google. What countries have the highest tariff rates? I did Google that, and we were way low in the list. All right? Way low in the list. So I'm with you when it says you can look at any chart, and the chart can tell you whatever you want it to tell you. This is Smart Holiday Shopping. What that flying flip is that? World Population View. Tariff rates by country 2025. All right. I don't know what this is going to show me yet. But here it is. This is not a prop. This is going out to the internet, and I'm trying to do something that is unbiased. And when I did that, towards the bottom of the list, what was our tariff rate? It was low. Dang it, now I can't find it. No. There it is. 1.5. And for everybody out there that's saying that we initiated this, why would we have initiated this? We got a tariff rate percentage of 1.5%. That's not a prop that and compare it to Trump's chart. Nope. I'm doing it on my own. Somebody said, go look at, the chart can be whatever you want it to be. I just Googled it, and I probably can get more and more websites that say, but I am going to say this, 94% on whomever he said was 94% doesn't seem right. I'm not going to I'll say it doesn't seem right. That's why I didn't understand the other part of that equation about the currencies and da-da-da-da-da. But look at this. 5 countries with the highest tariff rates. Bermuda, Cayman Islands, Belize, Gambia. How do you say that? Djibouti? Can you say that? Oh, my gosh, that sounds horrible to say. But I'm just putting that out there. So you're right. Do my own homework. I just put that out there. I just Googled it. All right. So I'm going to go on to the next story. Those are just base rates, Paul says. All right. But even those base rates are a lot higher than ours, right? Even those base rates are a lot higher than ours. Just saying. All right. What else is going on? Some countries have a value-added tax that acts as a tariff. Oh, that's the VAT tax that acts as a tariff. Is it not? Is it a tax? If it's a tax, does it become a tariff? Just curious. I wish you guys could bring me in live so I could put my point of view, how wrong these tariffs are not helping working Americans, families, and longer term. I wouldn't want to do that. As much as I can appreciate your opinions, if I had this room go run amok with everybody, I don't know if that would be a good thing. All right. Let's go on to some of the other stories. Volkswagen to introduce an import fee on the tariff hit cars. So Volkswagen is like, Now, interesting about this story, Volkswagen, the German automaker, has temporarily halted rail shipments of vehicles from Mexico and will hold at port cars arriving by ship from Europe, the report said, citing a memo to retailers. So Volkswagen is not taking this laying down, okay? Ford, on the other hand, offers across-the-board discounts. All right, my biggest thing when it comes down to tariffs, I think, Coinroyd, is that it should, on paper, it should bring more buying of American products. That's what I think on paper. What it does in real life, I think is going to be a different story. But Ford offers across-the-board discounts, jumping on the recent tariff-induced sales. All right, are you still in Ford? No, I got out of Ford. It did a little bit, but not enough. Mark says, pick me. Let me share my opinions live. See, yeah, it would be bad. But, I can appreciate, I've said it on more than one occasion, I appreciate everybody's input. I do. And I listen. And some of it makes me think. Some of it doesn't make me think. But some of it makes me think. Glenn, hard assets, gold, silver, also dropping with the markets. I thought they would be up. I didn't think they moved in tandem, and they usually don't. I got the story on gold, but I put that in my watch list today to take a look at it. Another company, Stellantis. Stellantis says, and this is a bad thing. Gosh dang it, why is all this stuff popping up? Stellantis says it will temporarily lay off 900 U.S. workers following the tariff announcement. So Volkswagen is going to retaliate. Ford is going to try to run with the wave. Stellantis says this is going to hurt us. So that's just three companies, not even the big three, but one big company, European company. So just a picture of how this is affecting the market and affecting stocks. Recession on the way? I don't know. I don't know if a recession is on the way, but we're going to keep our eyes on it. I think it's time for a new keyboard. And I got nothing to do with my keyboard. This is all this stuff up here. Got nothing to do with my keyboard. All right, next story. Interesting, a quantum stock. IONQ in focus as DARPA picks it for quantum computing initiative. That's probably going to move the stock up, right? Where's ION? It's down 7% today. Interesting. You would think that a news on a quantum stock would move the stock, but at least it's going to be on your radar that DARPA picked it for a quantum computing initiative. Interesting. All right. Keep your eyes on IONQ. Spotify unveils tools for AI ads, partnerships with Google and Magnite for programmatic ads. AI is still in the forefront. It may be getting hit, but AI ain't going away. If the market goes all the way down, AI ain't going away. DJT stock of the day. I haven't even looked at it. Stellantis has also paused their assembly plants in Canada for 15 days. Don't you think it will be hard with all the production in China? I agree. I think because we have now, as time went along, we moved over to a global economy, which means that everybody's got their hands in everybody's pockets, which means that China or Russia couldn't pick up and say, I'm going to take my ball and go to another beach. Everybody has interest in everybody else because we all have our hands in each other's pockets. With that being said, I'm very interested. I think on paper, what the tariffs are designed to do, as I mentioned, was to get people to buy more American or get more American investment. But if everybody's got their hands in everybody's pockets, if everybody starts to retaliate, nothing's going to get done. We're going to be at a stalemate because we're going to impose tariffs. They're going to come back to us, and we're going to go back and forth. Nothing's going to get done unless people understanding that we are a global economy, whether it's us, whether it's them, backs down a little bit. Again, then we start to have conversations. We'll see. All right, 1930, this didn't work. Did we have tariffs? Oh, wow. Forrest, thank you very much. Use this to get an ad blocker. That's not my call. Thank you very much for the super chat. Clay is on here. Clay, you hear that? They want an ad blocker. That's Clay. Joey's not with me today. Clay is. So.
Yeah, after I saw that ad, I was planning on installing one.
Okay, Clay saw that. Thank you very much for that, Forrest. Type a W in the room for the super chat, please. Type a W in the room for the super chat. So Clay was, now you got Clay's attention. All right, you got Clay's attention. Clay said he's going to do that. So, Glenn, what's your favorite contra right now? G-Money, I'm going to take a look at those today because they're moving. I'm going to think that if tech is going down, I would look at SQQQ. I figured that's probably the best one to look at, especially if tech continues to go down. It would most likely be SQQQ. All right, so interesting story with IONQ and Spotify. Next one, the Dow Tariff Teflon stocks. This is going to be tomorrow's video. What stocks have the high probability of being shielded from the tariffs? That's going to be the 6 p.m. video for tomorrow. I will not be here tomorrow. I'm going to New York to see my parents. They're getting old in age, so my daughter and I are going to go see my parents. So I will not be here Friday. Ryan will fill in me for the live stream tomorrow. All right. Is it too late for contras, Alex? That's a great question. But remember, we just looked at the market timing graph. All right, we looked at the market timing graph, and we see the next level of support. The market looks like it's got a lot more downside. But how do you play it? Play the graph. Play the graph. All right, so those are all my stories for today. Again, Friday's video is going to have a list, I think, of about 8 or 9 stocks that have a high probability of being shielded from the tariffs. Glenn, are you going to Staten Island to get some bagels? Why did I go to Staten Island? I'm not going to Staten Island. Staten Island is not even real New York. But we will. I'm going into the city. Believe you me, I'm definitely going to go in the city. Software companies until tariffs go on them. Amir says, Uncle Glenn, this is going to be like 2020. Will the market bounce back or is it just going to go down? It's got at some point in time, Amir, it's going to go down. It's going to come back up. So let's talk about that. Let's get back to the VectorVest software. Go to program. Let's go back to the VectorVest software. How do I know when the market bottoms? When it stops going down and it starts going back up. So, Amir, trade the graph. Trade the chart. All right. When it comes to the point where the market really is oversold, right now it is oversold, but I think it's got more downside looking at a longer-term graph. I think it's got some more downside. With that being said, between Ryan and I, we will keep you abreast of what's going on in the market. Question came up about contras. I'm going to go to the viewers tab. These are the stocks that were from the news. Every single one of them is down. For the gold, there's Orla, there's GLD. I want to look at GLD for a second. In regards to gold stocks, I want to see where it is. It is an ETF. Look at that. Trade the chart. Trade the chart. You still okay with gold by trading the chart? Yes or no? You still okay? And this is an ETF. Are you still okay with gold? Trading the chart? Yes or no? All right? Type it in the room. Look at the chart. Are you okay with gold? Yes or no? I need y'all to answer. I don't know what the delay is. I don't know how big of a delay, but you guys are going slow. Could be our delay. All right? So for those of you who are holding your gold stocks, don't panic. Trade the chart. Trade the chart. But I will tell you, I will still be picky in which gold stocks I use. All right, I'm gonna be picky in which gold. I'm gonna follow the charts on the stocks. Let's go look at. Let's talk about being picky. Let's go to Harmony. Let's go to Orla. Let's go to. Give me a gold stock. Give me a gold stock. Give me a gold stock. Ooh, guarded. I like Nucor. I like steel. I do like steel. I like Caterpillar. I like John Deere. Coinroyd. I like those stocks, because they will cause people to have to buy American. And I was going to do a story about it last week. It just didn't pan out. But a lot of the stocks that you're looking at, I am on board with that are going to be shielded. But I've got other stocks. Coinroyd, that you're going to probably want to watch tomorrow. All right, but I agree with you on those picks. What's the other? DRD I like. Another one, ASM. Somebody wanted me to talk about silver anyway. AU. Oh, Kinross, KGC, and AU. All right. I told you I would be picky on them. Harmony, I still like. Let's go trade the chart. Freehand line. Harmony, I'm still good with. There's the trend line. Undervalued, rising value, I like Harmony. Looking at Orla, interesting on Orla. What is it doing? Moving sideways. You know, if Orla breaks below this level of support, I'd probably take it off the table. All right? I love the earnings growth. I like the earnings per share. I like that it's undervalued and value is rising. What is it doing right now? A whole lot of nothing. I still own it. All right? I still own it, but it's doing a whole lot of nothing. All right? Could I find you a better one? How about Harmony? All right? What else? Can I find you another better one? How about DRD? All right? How about DRD? Trend line. I like that trend line. It broke through. I like that trend line better. Bouncing off support today. Undervalued, value rising. Look at it. Man, DRD is a good looking play. I'd like to see it back up in the trend line, though. Being picky. ASM. I don't own that anymore, but that one, this is why you got to be picky with your gold plays. I like the industry, all right, but be picky with the plays. Some of them are not all of them are responding the same way. Not all of them are responding the same way. ASM, probably no. Kinross Gold, trend line. I'm making it fit. Nah. Right now, I'm not going to. Right now, what is it doing? Doing a lot like Orla. Moving sideways. Break above the high. I love that it's undervalued and value is rising. Does this make sense when it comes down to gold in regards to which gold stocks you play? Yes or no? Does this make sense in regards to which gold plays you play? AU, let's go take a look at that from that low. Yeah, I wouldn't be panicking about AU either. Does this make sense? I think the cherry pick of your gold plays is going to be very important because some are going to be good plays and some of them are not going to be good plays where we just looked at. Which one was it? ASM, it was a good silver play. But right now, no. And actually, he sat in the channel and broke down. Trade the chart. I'm not giving you any news on any of these, folks. I'm not giving you any news on this. I'm just trading the charts, and I need you guys to do the same thing. IAG. Let's go take a look. Son of a gun. IAG. Let's go take a look. There it is. Bouncing off a level of support. You know, if I'm in IAG, leave it alone. If it breaks below this level of support, though, I'd probably take it off the table and go find another gold play. There's the level of support right there. If it breaks below this level of support, I'd probably take it off the table and get another play. How about that? Does that make sense, Bill? All right, it's sitting in a channel just like Orla is. It's down below the trend line. Trade the chart. Nice open day today. The price is higher than the open. That's why we have an open candle. It's still red because it's lower than the previous day's close. But these stocks are still, many of these stocks are still looking good. The cherry pick part is probably going to be the best way. All right. So all of the stocks that made the news today are all down. Stellantis, look at that. Laying off some people, right? Down 9% today. All right. Today, from the standpoint of what to do now, I want to go look at the gold stocks, country ETFs. Choice is going to be yours in regards to, look at, they're all moving. That make, wow, goodness gracious, the VIX is up 30. Where are we up to? Almost 30 on the VIX. Remember, any value above 20, people are fearful. People are crapping their pants right now by way of the VIX. That's what that is. But look, somebody asked me what my favorite contra was. There it is. And I didn't even have to look. I figured with tech moving down, SOXX was going to be the best mover. Hibbs, look at everything. Now, in regards to, well, do I continue to play these? Is it still okay to play the contras? Put this on a 1 month graph. I'm going to put this on a 1 month graph. Where's it at? It's right there, right at the 1 month high. Look at that. Nice open candle. I want to find a candle that's not only open, but very little wick at the top. This is at a 1 month high on SOXS. Big open candle. Hibbs, 1 month high. TZA, 1 month high. SRTY, 1 month high. And you know something? If I'm looking at these stocks and I'm trying to figure out when to start to get out of them, look at all of these swing highs because all of these have gapped up. I would put stops right at these swing highs. That's a good stop. Guess what? If it goes down below that, you mitigate your losses. Go to the next one. Same thing. Look at that. That's a good stop. Does that make sense to everybody, anybody who's trading contras? Does that make sense to everybody who's trading contras? That's a way to maximize your profits, mitigate your losses. Would you trade triples? Depends on how aggressive I am, Jake. If I am super aggressive, I will take the triples. If I am still sitting in this market and I'm new to contras, I take the non-leverage contras. I would take the non-leverage contras. And I've done a video that showed you all three ways to find non-leverage, 2-time leverage, and 3-time leverage. Go check out that video. So it all depends on how aggressive you are in the market would determine which value of contras you would pick. All right? All right, XROF was up 8%. Who cares? You want to look at XROF? Is that all I'm going to do today? Yeah, let's go look at your stocks. Let's go to customer picks. You really want to look at... Is there any news on XROF? I need to talk to Ray. Ray probably would know if there's any news on XROF. EXROF. All right, I want my new people to chime in. Silver chart. I need Husco SILV. No, it's SLV. SLV. ETF. Yep, we'll take a look at silver. Sand. I want my new people. There we go. Libra's child. I'll take that. MCK. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. I'll take TPC. I'll take CME. DJT. I'll have to watch it. Apple. Big mover to the downside today. UAMY. Antimony. John, you're not new. Cindy is new. CPNG. I got you, Cindy. Jean is new. GZF. I like when new people type in. GZF. I don't have Jean or Jean. One of the two. I don't know if I'm saying it right or wrong. X date tomorrow. Forrest. SYY. Run, Forrest, run. Lieutenant Dane. You got new legs. ORLY. I had to do that, Forrest. I'm sorry. I just had to do that. Furby says, tough one, Glenn, because ASM is a buy with a VV. I'll look at ASM. Forrest is laughing. There you go. I just had to. All right, going once, going twice, 3 times sold. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. See, Cindy, didn't you give me one, Cindy? ISRG, didn't you give me one? All right. What is NG? NG maybe? I don't know. All right. Let's peep this out. I got 4 stocks that are sell recommendations out of the stocks you gave me. Be careful with those if you own. Be careful with those if you own them. All right, be very careful with those. Apple, I haven't been a buyer of Apple in a long time. I love me some Apple, but I'm not in love. Why did you put up GJT? It's only up 0.5%. I'm mad at you for making me put that up there. And way overvalued, sell recommendation. It's not moving. XROF, on the other hand, is moving. Somebody said that was an earnings play. All right. MU is way undervalued because it's a tech stock that's gotten beaten up. NVIDIA is like that too. Safe commute, Uncle Glenn. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 11:30. So let me tell you a quick story. Since y'all are starting to leave off anyway, I'm going to tell you a quick story. My daughter says, because my daughter works for Southwest. My daughter said, Dad, I got your ticket. You ain't got to worry about your ticket. I said, okay. First part of that, I found out I'm on standby. I've never flown on standby before. I'm on standby. Number 2, Southwest has horrible connecting flights. So my trip starts out tomorrow at 11:30 in the morning. I don't land in New York until 9 p.m. But my daughter got my flight. My daughter's like, listen, old man, I got your flight. I'm like, OMG. This is part of her trying to help her dad out. Do I tell her no and just go get my own ticket? I'm just saying, do I tell her no? Do I tell her no and just go get my own ticket? Coming back. She said, Dad, I'm going to get you on an early flight, so coming back, you get home at a regular time. I fly from New York. My flight's Sunday is at 6 a.m. I fly from New York to Chicago, Chicago to Nashville, Nashville to Charlotte. My flight starts out at 6 o'clock in the morning. I get home at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sigh. I love my baby girl, and you know something? I appreciate her. I appreciate her for hooking her dad up. So I just got to go with the flow. There you go. Keith says, you have to suck it up. She is proud she can do it. Keith, you are right. I am going to have to just suck it up. That was an off-topic subject. I think I just had to bring some realness outside of the market to the chat. So if your flights go well, what happens if you delay? I'm even more screwed if that happens. All right? No way I could drive better. No, your daughter's trying to save you money, Glenn. I know. So it is what it is. All right. So with that being said, let's take a look at these stocks. Let's go take a look at these stocks. I'd be careful with all of them. Apple, big hit to the downside. Trade the chart. Excuse me. Trade the chart. Oof. That ain't good. That's a big drop. That's a gap. I got nothing to protect you against the gap. This is news driven. It's a gap. You should be out. Next one. Wow. DJT. Why did you even make me look at DJT? The stock is trending down. OMG. Why did you make me even look at this? Why would I think about buying DJT? Nothing tells me it's okay to do it. Not a thing. Not a thing. And if you want to play it, wait till it gets into the uptrend. DJT is up today. Yeah, I see that. Do you want to buy it today? I'm going to see something. Let's go look at it. Intraday, 5-minute bars, current day. Let me show you. No! Take value off. Take value off. Where's value? That is value. Where is it? Volume, value. There it is. It's up today. You want to buy it? It's up today. There it is. I'm not taking that. Can she hook me up to come to Charlotte on May 1st? I'll reach out to her, Mark. Are you going to come? Anybody coming? Anybody thinking about coming May 1st? Anybody thinking about coming May 1st? Type of 1 in the room. Anybody thinking? I'm looking at Charlotte and surrounding areas, whether you're in Atlanta, whether you're in Tennessee, whether you're in South Carolina. I'm curious, anybody interested in coming to the meet and greet? Because it's primarily for you guys, for the YouTube people. It really, really, really is. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Folks, if you make this successful, we will move around the country doing this. But you got to make this successful. If you make this successful, we can get to New York. We can get to California. We can get to Midwest. We can get all over, but we got to be able to see that you guys want this. All right. We can get to Hawaii. Woo. What time does it start? Like 12 o'clock. Hey, Fox, at 12 o'clock. All right. I'm glad to see that people are interested. That's a good thing. All right. So DJT, I'm not feeling that at all. All right. It may be up today, but probably not enough for me to think about really getting into it. Next one, XROF, nice move. XROF is everywhere. There's a lot of volatility going on with it. I still love the technology. I just think they got to do something to get, I don't know. That was earnings, right? That was earnings? No, it wasn't earnings today. Where the heck is earnings? 6 months. Where's earnings? Earnings was back here. I don't have earnings. It's not earnings. I don't know what it was. But it is bouncing off a level of support. I'm not touching it. All right, let's go to the next stock. Whew. TPC, right at a level of support. And bouncing off that. I'm not going to tell you to be bullish on it. All right. Interested, can't make it May 1st. I got you, Agua, man. At least you were interested. LA Gun says, I would love to come. I would love. Sharon says, it's been 2 years since LA. Has it been that long? Really? It wasn't last year that we went to LA? Was it really 2 years ago? Wow. Glenn, too late. You have to live with it. Putting a smiling in your face and moving forward. I'm always smiling. When am I ever not smiling? When I'm yelling at somebody. But I very rarely yell at anybody. It's is it worth dollar cost averaging on Schwab? It looks like is that Schwab? SCHD. Laura, I'm not a fan of dollar cost averaging. I think that's throwing good money after bad money. All right, I've given my feeling on dollar cost averaging on more than one occasion. If it's money that you can afford to lose, then you can dollar cost average. If it's your main portfolio for retirement or stuff like that, I wouldn't dollar cost average. So that's my opinion on dollar cost averaging. I'm always interested and will always try to make it on May 1st. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. Looking at CPNG, a little rebound today, bounced off support. That's a bullish sign. Bounced right off support. The wick went through, but the body went right off. The open came right off support. That's a bullish sign, but it's not a good day. All right. Same thing with ISRG. Nice rebound candle today, open candle. But overall, ISRG is sitting in a channel. And it's below the 50-day moving average. So I'm not feeling it from a longer term perspective. But I do like the move today, even on a down day. It is red because it's lower than the previous day's close, but it's open because the price right now is higher than the price right now is higher than the open. I do like that. Oof. Silver. There you go. Big wick on the top of the indice. A lot of selling pressure. Still below right now, currently below the 50-day moving average. I'm not feeling silver, at least not this ETF on silver. That's not good. And even if it were to rebound, it still has a level of resistance to get through. I'm going to take this line off. It still has a level of resistance to get through. And then it'll be sitting in another channel up here. But a big wick at the top of the candle is a lot of selling pressure on volume. Notice that on big volume too. So not only is silver, is this ETF is going down, but there's big conviction to the silver move to the downside. I don't think I have ever seen the SPX down 200 points. This is a big news driving the market down. I still think the market's got more downside. As I showed you on the market timing graph, the next level of support is way down there. SYY, right at a level of resistance. It broke through a couple of levels. It is moving up. Trade the trend. Watch that it's parabolic. But it is moving up. Food is moving as an industry. This is one of the stocks that is in that industry that's moving. There's ASM, a silver stock. Outside of just the silver ETF, here's a silver stock. Nicely bouncing off support, open candle, but look at that downtrend. That ASM, before I get back into it, needs to break through that downtrend. We can use that sometime, Glenn. What's that? What did I say, Furby? I forgot what I said. Let's go to, and everything is beautiful about ASM. Rising earnings growth. But silver, for some particular reason, is taking a backseat to gold. All right, next stock. CME looks good. Ooh, I got to put my sexy voice on. Hey now, looking at CME, baby. That stock is moving from the bottom left to the upper right. Yeah, it's hitting a new 3-month high. Very little wick at the top. Nicely in an uptrend. Rising earnings and rising earnings growth. Yeah, baby. I like that stock. Yeah. All right. Was that creepy? Was it creepy or sexy? Type it in the room. Was it creepy or sexy? All right? I'm put that out there. Was it creepy or sexy? I do like that stock, though. Bottom left, upper right, new 3. This is a new 6-month high. All right. Kevin says it was creepy. Jeremy's laughing. See, why are y'all putting all the creepy in it? You're mad. Sherilyn, I didn't say I'm gonna take CME out on a date. I didn't say I was taking CME out on a date. I was just using a sexy voice. Shy. That's all I was saying. All right, let's go to the next stock. Same thing with McKesson. I'm not going to use my sexy voice on that. What does Clay think? Clay, was that sexy? Was that creepy?
That was a little creepy.
Clay said that was a little creepy. Wow. All right. Barry White with clap and applause. That's what I'm talking. Thank you, Laura. Nice move on McKesson. Little less wick at the top. That's not a bad looking stock. Trade the trend. Trade the chart, not the heart. And rising volume, I'm writing that down. I like that play. I like that stock, and I cannot lie. All you other people can say goodbye because I'm making. That's a whole lot of. John says, "Thank you, Clay." Whatever. I like that relative value, and it's a fundamentally sound stock. Relative value at 1.33, relative safety at 1.14. CI is low. I like that. I do best with gold when I can hold it in my hand. That's why I'm not a fan of crypto. That's not a fan of crypto. I got my first gold piece, 300. Now gold has only gone up long term. Have you ever seen it go down quickly like the stock market? No, I have not. It has. There's been some downtimes on gold. There has been. All right, let's go to the next stock. Another one, O'Reilly. Interesting in this with autos getting tariff. Maybe a lot of people not going to buy new cars. They're going to fix their existing cars. O'Reilly and AutoZone, and there's another one. It starts with an M. But there's a downside to that. If they get a lot of parts overseas, that's going to be a bad thing, right? Yeah, it is. But I'm looking at O'Reilly as a stock. I like the move on the stock. Do another trend line. Look at that. Trade the chart. Actually, from a stop, I'm giving you a hard line in the sand right here at the swing. That's a nice hard line in the sand right there, but it's in an uptrend. A lot of auto parts come from China. Yeah, you're right, Troy. So it's going to be very interesting. All right, it's going to be very interesting in regards to the auto parts. Sand, a little jumpy up and down, but nice open day today. I'd like to see you take out that level of resistance. I also noticed that it never filled this gap down here. It is above the 50-day moving average. Earnings per share and earnings growth are both rising. Nice up day. I don't know what there wasn't an earnings play. I don't know what the news was on it. Oh, it's another mining gold silver stock. There you go. There you go. If I'm not in it, though, I'd like to see it break above that level of resistance. Last stock, antimony, rare earth metals. All right. So Ryan brought this to your attention a while ago. How many of you still holding antimony? Right now, it's sitting in a little bit of a channel. All right, but nice, beautiful update today. No wick at the top. Rising earnings growth. I like the play, but if I'm not in it right now, I'd like to see it break above this level of 245. All right, 245. I'm done, and I'm right at 258. Holy smokes, Clay. I'm 2 minutes early. I am 2 minutes early. Woo! That never happens. But I got through a lot of stuff today. I got through a lot of stuff today. Akshaya, are you still here? If you are you still my friend? All right, Akshaya, are you still here? And if you are you still my friend? Listen, I don't ever put my foot down unless I got to put my foot down. All right? I love this community. I love how we all talk to each other. Even if you don't agree with me or I don't agree with you, I love the respectfulness of this room. All right. Only time I put my foot down is when I'm putting my foot down. And I think today was the day I needed to put my foot down because tensions were definitely going to be high today. I knew that. I knew that they would be high in the room today as well. I needed to nip that in the bud as quickly as I could because I didn't want us to run amok all over the place. One thing I will not tolerate, and nobody's ever done it, I will not tolerate anybody disrespecting anybody. All right, but I will go as far as I can go until I can't go anymore, and then I will raise my voice a little bit. All right, I will raise my voice a little bit, but neither creepy or sexy. Furby says. Okay, we don't do business with Russia. We don't. Joe said not creepy at all. All right, so Vic's got my back. Thank you, Vic. Again, I appreciate and I appreciate all of you that helped us to grow as much as we have. The last thing I want to do is push anybody away. How many people? Oh, hold on. Before I ask that question, I need the new people in here. If this was your first time or your first few times and you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button for me, please. All right, between Ryan and I, we strive very hard to put out the best content we can to help you guys navigate the market. If you're brand new to the channel, folks, and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do that for me today. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you'll be alerted to when new videos, new live streams come out. Again, as I talked about it earlier, I can't do it on the screen. May 1st, we will be holding our first meet and greet in Charlotte, North Carolina on May 1st. It's free. It's free. Surrounding areas, come out, see us. It is primarily for the YouTube people. That's who we're putting this out for. You get an opportunity to meet and greet. You want to hear some stuff? You want to hear what's really on my mind? I'll let my hair down and do exactly that. All right, you get an opportunity to get to know Ryan and I better. And we got something special for you guys too for that meet and greet. We'll talk more about it in the coming days, but I want to put it out here. This is a great opportunity for us to start to travel around the country if this goes and works well. Buy bourbon and not vodka. Ripman, are you still here? Ripman, you need to come so we can have some more old fashions. I hope Ripman is still here, and I hope there you go. Ripman is here. What happened to the beta software? You know something? Let me find out. Let me find out. On my next live stream on Monday, I'll give you an answer because I won't be here tomorrow. Let me find out. All right. It's not illogical. We are half there already. Been there so short. It's 2008. All right. Why May 1st and not closer to the weekend? Then I could stay and play golf. You can still stay and play golf. You just be here for Friday. Oh, maybe I'll take off Friday and we go play golf, Mark. Oh, that could be another added bonus. If you guys come out, we might be able to play golf. Oh, I just thought about that. I didn't think about that until just now. We might be able to go out and play golf. Oh, buddy. Do I need an RSVP? Yeah, I'm going to give you. Clay, can I give the website yet?
I'm not sure. I haven't talked to Mark yet.
All right. I don't think it's going to be on the website for us. It's going to be on the website when we go live. All right. I like that idea about playing golf. Glenn, are we all staying at your house or Ryan's house? No. Okay. So, no. All right. Oh, did you say give the site? You did?
Ooh.
Yes, give the site. All right. So you want to start to sign up for this? Go to www.vectorvest.com/roadshow. Clay's going to put it in the chat. www.vectorvest.com/roadshow. Go check it out. Golf would be great. I agree. The bad thing is I can't play on Saturday, Mark, because I got a wedding. I got to DJ a wedding Saturday the 3rd. But Sunday we could play. Or maybe if Clay gives me the day off on Friday, we go play on Friday. It'll be work-related. Clay, it would be work-related if we go play golf.
We've got a mobile stream Friday.
Huh?
We've got a mobile stream Friday.
Yeah, we can't do it then. All right, I'm just putting that out there. Good luck with the standby travel. Yeah, I'll let you know. I might stream from the airports onto the channel to let you know how it's going on. I might do that. I might put it on the channel. I got a 5-hour layover in somewhere on my way to New York. That's why the trip is so long. I got a 5-hour layover somewhere. So, all right, folks. I'll see you on Monday. I really may stream some stuff onto the channel about my travels to New York. Hopefully you watch it. If you don't watch it, I'm not going to stream. I'll put up one. If you don't watch it, I'm not putting no more up. How about that? All right. That hotel isn't far from the airport. What hotel? Oh, the hotel it's not far from the airport. You're right. Oh, you already went to the site. Goodness gracious. All right, folks. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. You know me, I love me some Hawaii, baby. Ooh-wee. Always remember, there's good people in the world. If you can't find one, be one. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks, see ya.